Hello, everybody. Smaug the DM here, and well, there's a lot of things that I really want to talk about, and I've been trying to lead into this particular video for a very long while, for the past couple of months actually, because there has been a lot of things going on, and I know a lot of you are very confused and are kind of just in the dark as to what happened to me. And I'm going to actually get straight into that with this, whole recap is for my long disappearance. Because for probably since January up until, I want to say September, October, like, there was nothing going on for the channel. Absolutely fuck all. And I do want to apologize about that to start off with this. And I just want to be very, very clear as to why it was such a long disappearance. It's mostly because, like I said in the last week, the following year ago, that I did get done with school finally. I've just been really, looking for work. Which I did somewhat find. It's not totally, like, zoo related or anything, but, I did manage to find a certain job that does involve working animals, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm pretty happy with the job I have right now. It's just, I'm looking forward to getting into that zoo job finally. So it's still a little bit of a long process to get there. Oh, jeez. So, so that's really what I've been working on is just, I got a new job and it's basically night shifts. Yes, you can make the Five Nights at Freddy's joke. Because I'm literally working from, 9 till 6 at night. So, yeah, it's a really long night shift. Especially, this is the reason why, more of the more recent content I've done, like from November to December, like that around that time frame, has been going very slow because of me working at night, and I usually like editing videos at night, so kind of conflicts. It kind of conflicts with with that, and so that's why I've been struggling with all that, but I still really love the job. It's just taking care of the dogs and cats that I have to deal with at night, so it's not too bad. It's getting me somewhere. Like, it's gonna get me experience to work with exotics, but it's still domesticated animals, which I'm really fucking sick of working with them, to be honest with you. To be honest with you folks. So, but nevertheless, I do really like doing work there. And internships for me have just they I've been struggling to even get communication with zoos, and that's another thing that I really do not like about zoos is their internship programs. Like, they never really reach out to people until it's like the very last minute. So for those of you who really want to go into the zoo field, I recommend it once you do your internship. Like, if you want to do an internship, start the internship process, like filling out the application as soon as possible. Like, I'm not joking. Because I know these zoos get a lot of people that want to come in and do their internships. And so really that was the main struggle I've been having, is just finding the internships in between the two states that I live in. And it has not gone very, very well. At most, I had 3 internships actually opened up to me. One came, and I'll be honest with everybody here. One did come out of the Philadelphia Zoo. I did an interview with them, and they unfortunately turned me down. I don't know if it was just my mannerisms or something like that, but did do the interview live, like, over Zoom, and it just crashed and burned. I don't know if I said, like, the right things or whatever. But they did turn me down, even though I really did think I was going to get the Philadelphia Zoo internship. Considering that before the pandemic really hit, I did land an internship with the Philadelphia Zoo. The only, but then the pandemic happened, and then that turned to shit. So it was really upsetting for me to like get that turned down. And then the two that are currently in the process, and actually I'm gonna find out about this one after tonight, which is gonna be funny as hell. But the one that I did, but the other two that I got, one was down in Florida. It was supposed to be it's a conservation center that's down there, and they work with indigo black snakes, which are a very endangered species in the state of Florida. Very, very, just black snake, like completely black. Like, when people name snakes and animals and they say like, oh, it's a blue or black, colored animal, and you're like, haha, yeah, really, it's not that. No, this thing is completely black all over. Pupils are black. Everything about this damn snake is black, like midnight black, and it's like Jesus Christ. But no, they're a very important species in the state of Florida, and then other southern states that are around that area. So, with this conservation center and the internship that I was going to go to with this one, they would have I would have helped in breeding those snakes and introducing those snakes out into the wild, which would have been really cool. But I have still yet to struggle in getting that interview done, because this person that I'm talking to specifically, and I don't want to discredit their name or anything on here just for privacy reasons, wants to do the interview physically, and problem is with that is that tell you the truth, guys, I'm not in Florida all the time. I know, shocking, right? Yeah, but in all seriousness, like where I'm going, where I'm up at, and then with work, um, it would be a struggle to come down just for a day or two to have this damn interview, and I haven't had communication with this guy in 2 months, I want to say. Um, and I've like offered my suggestions where it's like, hey, I could still do the phone call. I could still do, maybe we could do a Zoom call instead, so that we can have the phone, like the talk online, and also see each other face to face. But absolutely fucking nothing from this guy. I know he was like super intrigued in having me, but it seems like I'm letting this one go, and it's about as bad as it is, but I think that's where it's heading. Is just this one has to be let go, sadly. And then the final one that actually I'm going to find out if I get it tonight is from the Elmwood Park Zoo. Now, let me be honest with everybody here. This zoo I have a bit of a grudge against. I know, I hold on to a grudge. Well, this is about the biggest thing I grudge over, is this zoo in particular. It's a very small zoo that I have like no problem with it, existing, right? The zoo's okay for the most part, but it's in terms of me trying to get anywhere with it. So I tried getting into this zoo, like doing a zookeeper job shadow with the zoo ever since high school. Um, and they turned me down at high school, and I went to a completely other zoo that I volunteered at. Probably already know it. It's Lehigh Valley Zoo. So thank God that they let me do that job shadow over there. And then especially like around the time of the pandemic, they actually turned me down. I did, apply for the internships and everything, and they turned me the fuck down. And then the Philadelphia Zoo, like I mentioned earlier, picked me up, and then they were like, And then I'm not joking. As soon as I got the Philadelphia internship, they were like, hey, Smaug, can you come back? Can you please come back? And I was like, no. Well, I didn't actually type up that email, but yeah, that was really bad. Um, and so I'm doing the Elmwood Park Zoo for a third time, and I'm hoping third time going around is not too bad. But we're gonna fucking see. I have very like little doubts about this internship, but we'll fucking see. I'm hoping I get it because I really need to go somewhere. Um, but yeah, that's really what's been going on for most of my time throughout the entirety of this year has just been trying to get zoo internship after zoo internship, and then just working my butt off to get student loans done. So, which by the way, those loans are very expensive. I do not want to talk about them. They are extremely expensive, trust me. School was not fun. Oh my god. Um, and so that's really what's been going on. It's been pretty boring, other than that. And so, okay, I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just trying to embrace myself here for this one. Um, because this is the big reason why I wanted this discussion, and this is why I hyped it up as a big year, because this was something that I know a few of you saw posted around October. Um, and I've already talked to a few of my community members about this and a few of my friends about this. And family has known about this for quite a while. And it's very hard to talk about it, but I'm going to try my best to explain this as best as I could, and try to be very discreet about it. So I didn't find out about this in October, and there's a reason why I just said, all right, guys, some shit has happened. I'm taking a week off to really think about this. And as horrible as it is, I did not find out about this until after my birthday. Um, and needless to say, and this is I'm struggling to like talk about this because this is like hard to talk about, especially since since I'm down in Florida right now, trying to take care of her. But turns out that after my birthday, I talked to my mom, and we got to chatting. Right, I talked to the mother of dragons, and just to see how she was doing and everything like that. And that's when I found out she had breast cancer. Um, so it's and when she and I talked about it, um, she says that the version of breast cancer that she got is a very aggressive form of cancer, and that she had to start chemo basically right away. And she's been doing that ever since. And it's about as fucking scary as you could get. Um, I mean, right now, obviously, she is doing very good. She's doing very good, surprisingly. Um, I mean, other than the chemo basically kicking her ass each and every day, um, it's she's doing all right. But needless to say, needless to say, as her child, um, I am fucking, I was fucking terrified when she got that. And at this point, I said like I needed some time to really just soak in the juices and, you know, give myself, like, the time to just admit to myself that, yeah, she's really, really sick. And, she is still very incredibly sick, right now. But like I said, she's going through chemo now. Basically walking up to Godzilla every fucking Monday, to be honest. But yeah, it was a shocking news to hear about that, and I just it's been very hard to tell everybody about this. Even the few friends that I have that I've told, it was really hard to talk about this topic. Um, and now I get to finally tell all of you about it. And needless to say, right now she's doing okay. I will let everybody know, if anybody is still incredibly curious, how she's doing. But other than that, I really do not want to talk about this issue unless it gets extremely worse. Um, so that was about the biggest, punch to the gut that I've had this year, and it's it's been really fucking tough. Needless to say, it's been really tough, and I'm scared out of my fucking wits end, but um, I'm still holding strong. I'm doing okay. My mother dragons is doing okay. The family's doing okay. Um, but yeah, it was just very shocking and very, very, very fucking scary. To get that kind of news. So it. Other than that, that was probably the scariest fucking shit out of this whole year. So yeah. But regardless, I'm not gonna really like press on that issue, and hopefully this is about as worse as it gets, right? I'm hoping nothing horrible happens, to her. But again, like I said, if it does get worse, I will let everyone and their mother know on this channel, just so we're aware. It might take me a little bit to make that video, but it'll be. I think it'll be okay. And hopefully it does. And again, hopefully it just doesn't get worse. Ooh, God, excuse me. Um, and hopefully it just doesn't get any worse than what it already is now. So because she's on the treatment right now, I think she'll be okay. But enough about me personally and what the fuck has been happening. Let's get to the good shit. Let's start getting a little bit better, shall we? I know I had to spring out that dire news at the very beginning, but trust me, the rest of this video is going to get a lot better. Um, so let's continue on with the big changes that are happening. So, needless to say, I'm still sticking to the channel. Again, like I said last year, I might not be posting as much content as I have used to, since I was in college. I'm probably not going to be posting as much, but I will still be here for the community and just making videos because that's what I fucking love to do on the side. Um, but there are gonna be some huge changes to the channel, as some of you are very aware of. Since last week, I did make some changes to the channel. Um, and we'll start with the things that are going to be the least changed. Twitter's really not going to change all that much. I still post over on my Twitter page. But as far as most of you are aware, you can't really see shit unless you also have Twitter, which fucking sucks, by the way. Thank you, X. Thank you, X, for being such a pain in the ass to use. Um, but yeah, Twitter's really not going to change. I don't really post much on Twitter. I just, retweet a whole bunch of memes that happen on Twitter, so it's not too bad. So Twitter's not going to be all that much different than what it is already now. But as for the YouTube channel, I did have to go through and review everything. just to be sure everything's good. I did notice that there is a certain video that is now blocked. Once again, despite me refuting that claim already and it being up on the channel for several months, like not even several months, like a year or two before getting hit by another claim, is my YTP video about Shrek trying to Smaug asking Shrek to go get the Ranger from Bigfoot video. That actually got blocked, despite me fighting originally to get the first claim off, which was very successful in doing that. So thank God YouTube for that. But I might have to post that out onto Team YouTube just to go, hey guys, look, you guys disputed this thing like 2 years ago, and I got that revoked, right? Like everything was clean, and then now it's getting hit again. What's happening? So I might just have to do that all over again. I mean, you guys can comment down below if you really still want that original YTP video. I mean, I worked my ass off at getting that one done. But yeah, not a whole lot of people can now see it anymore. So it really, really is a stinger. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get that fixed. If not, then I don't know. Then I don't know what I'm gonna do with especially since I'm working on making the sequel for it. So it's like, damn it. But yeah, that's not really the biggest change that I've made. The big changes that I have made are, I did subscribe to a few more fellow subs as well, because, you know, I like doing that. I like subscribing to my fans who also like my channel. So you're welcome, guys, for that. Keep doing what you're doing over there on your channels. Like, you guys have that potential over there. So that's really cool to subscribe to smaller channels that, you know, are just fans of me, because that's what I like to do. But then on the featured channels that I have on my front page, you'll notice that I added 2 more people on there. First of all, and let me make this a clear indication, Von Nathos. And for those of you who don't know who Von Nathos is, he's one of my D&D players that plays D&D Earth in those videos. And let me just say, man, I think it's finally time you got the damn recognition you goddamn deserve. So I put you up front first, man. So you're welcome. You're finally on the front page of my channel. And then another person that I fully added to the channel, and a lot of you already probably know him from the various debates we've had. And let's just say that he and I are still very much friends. We're just doing that for really the fun of it, because we like debating with one another. We like button heads with each other. Is Solomon Pleasant, which, again, I did not expect, you know, a childhood, like, YouTuber of mine that I used to watch when I was a kid, become one of my subscribers, and then, you know, I'm featuring him on my channel. It's like, what the fuck? Like, this is insanely cool, and you know, he's genuinely a really cool guy. But yeah, man, you're finally also on the front of the channel, so you're welcome. So yeah, those 2 are now featured on the channel, so check them both out. They do pretty amazing content. I know Solomon does a lot of cryptozoology content, and then Von Nathos, or the Omni Bestiary, as he's called on YouTube, does cover a lot of fantasy creatures, and those videos are extremely entertaining, and I highly recommend you watch them if you're just as curious as I am as to how some, you know, fictional creatures actually function and work. Because especially with me and him, I even helped him with one of his Jurassic World videos explaining the Indominus Rex. which was a really fun video to do. I absolutely loved it, and it was going around like, and this video came out like way before Dominion came out. So me going all speculative with all the dinos that are like, this is just a big crisis. So, um, yeah, that's really about it for the channel itself. Other than, and you guys are gonna find out about this way later on. Um, but and I was going to cover a video about this topic when we got closer to it, but I will mention it here briefly, just so that everyone's up to speed as to really what's going on with the D&D Earth stuff. Um, but we did unfortunately lose a member of the group. Okay, first of all, let me just say this when I preface this. He's not dead. Let's just say he's not dead. He's not gone forever, right? But he did leave the group, and he is kind of taking care of himself. Let's put it at that. And that person is Commander Canada, and you guys might know him a little bit from a lot of the other videos that me and Trike have done on the channel. So he's been there with us since quite a while. And let me just say this kind of openly here, and I do want to preface this, but Commander Canada, man, if you're hearing, bud, look, I understand that you're trying to clean yourself up, and that work and school has been very busy. I get that, dude. But just bailing out at the last minute is kind of a douchebag move, to say the least. But look, man, for as long as I've known you, dude, you and I are still very much friends, and I'm gonna be sending you a little something up north to Canada, and I just want to preface this by saying, like, um, if you are ever in the United States, dude, um, I am very open to come and see me. You are more than welcome to come and see me, dude. If you ever need me, you can always give me a call. You could shoot me up on Discord. I will be sending you, again, like I said, a letter to you about some personal things. But if you need anything out of me, man, I'm still friends with you, dude. If you want to clean your act and get yourself all together, that's fine. But if you ever need to talk to me personally, if you need somebody to talk to about advice, um, then you are more than welcome to contact me. And that goes for, and let me just stretch this out to a lot of the friends I've made on this channel. Needless to say, if you want to leave, that's fine. If you want to ever leave my channel, then we're all good. But you are more than welcome to come back anytime. I am not, I don't hold grudges for very long. Well, except for one Zeus grudge, but that's something completely different. I don't hold grudges against people. Let's say that. I don't hold a grudge against human beings. All right. uh, I hold a grudge with a specific, zoological facility, but not with people. It's good. But yeah, if again, if any of you are willing to leave, then it's fine. But you are more than welcome to come back anytime. You are more than welcome to contact me at any time. That's just how it works. We're all friends here, for fuck's sake. We're all, basically human beings on the internet, just talking about the same shit that we all like. So it's all good. But yeah, But yeah, to Commander Canada, I just want to say that again, if you ever need advice or you ever need somebody to talk to, or if you're coming down to the United States and you want to see a couple of friends that are down here, like I'm open. I'm very open and willing to see you, my dude. Um, I have no problem in seeing you again. Um, again, what you did with leaving was pretty awful, but I'm not going to hold that against you. I understand why you're doing what you're doing, and you know, I say good for you, good on you, man. I see good on you, but if you ever do want to come back and you want to talk to me or to the rest of all of us, really, um, and that kind of extends out to a certain Discord server, um, then you are more than welcome to come back at any time. You are more than welcome. And if people give you shit for it, for coming back and doing what you did, I'll politely talk to them about it. But yeah, man, happy travels. I know I really didn't want to make that as depressing as it was, but no, if any of you subscribers want to leave the channel too, then that's totally fine. I know you're not obligated to stay. Um, but again, I welcome everyone back with open arms. Um, if they ever do want to come back and watch my channel and watch my shit and hanging out with me, um, I'm more than willing to let you guys back in. I'm happy for it. Um, but yeah, that's really what's going on with the YouTube page. I know that was a bit of a tangent, but that's what I had to talk about mostly with the YouTube page itself. The next thing, Discord. Now, there's not going to be too much of a change here, but especially with excuse me, especially with the next thing that I am going to be covering. Um, this is going to be a very, very huge change to Discord itself. Um, again, any subscriber, any person is completely free to join in the Discord server. Like, the link is literally on the front page and in every description of my video. You are more than welcome to join in the Discord. But here's the thing. There are certain users there, I feel like, have not been on the Discord server as much as I would like to know. And so, um, I don't mean this by any means. I'm not trying to be, like, hateful or anything. But for the users who are not very active, as far as I'm aware, that have not posted in, like, ages, um, those people are going to be kicked out. And I'm not gonna try to be mean about it. Um, but it's literally just you're not very active on the Discord server, which I get that it's pretty fucking dead of a server. But when it does, like, when I do actually post something on there, not a whole lot of people show up, and so I will be making a post as far as all of you are aware. That post is still available on that Discord server, and I'm still gonna take my time in not kicking everyone out, but I will be kicking out a few people that I know are dead users. Um, mostly, mostly a certain somebody, but it's not the one Commander Canada account. It's the other one that he has there. Since he has two accounts on that server. I know the one of them is dead, but I know one of his servers is dead on there. So I'll be kicking people like that. The ones that I definitely know that are no longer there with us. But I will be making a Discord, thread or comment, and it's like, hey guys, if you're still on this server, just let me fucking know that you exist. Write a reaction, type up fucking anything. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Like, just let me know that you're still there so that I don't accidentally delete you off the server. Um, and again, if those dead users still want to come back, again, you're more than willing to join back. But since it's just a minor kick, since it's just a little tiny boop out the door. But yeah, so I will be purging a little bit of the server, just so the users that are there and active on that server are not completely fucking gone. Um, just to get rid of all the other offline users, so it'll be fine. Um, but then there's another thing, and again, this is when it's getting to the next topic that I'm going to cover. So now the Discord page is going to have its own designated roles to it. So I finally got a role that says that I'm in charge. And my D&D players have a specific role, and they basically have the same powers as I do. So they can basically run the server as well, and I trust both of them with the Discord server. I know these people very, very well. I know they ain't gonna do shit unless something goes horribly, horribly wrong. In which case, I know a certain somebody who will enact on that justice. Oh my god. Oh man. But it's okay. These are the people that I trust with my life, and I trust them in running that Discord server with me. But there will be more roles that are going to be available, especially to my next topic. Now to the big one, and this is a thing that I've been talking about for years, and I want to make this very, very clear before I begin with this. Needless to say, the thing that I do and the thing that I've been working on for probably 7 years now. I'm gonna be generous. I've worked on this channel for 7 years. I have not gotten a single dime. No, not even a single penny for what I do. Literally, with these videos, I just make them for my own fun, and hey, a lot of people really love them. But I have been running a little short on motivation. And what I mean by that is that I feel like with all the work that I'm doing, posting these very heavy and very large YouTube videos, they're not getting a whole lot of attention. And I don't know. For me, it feels like a lot of people, just they sit there, they watch it for like a few minutes, and then they close out the video. And so it is a little bit upsetting to see that I pour in probably weeks of work getting a 2.5, maybe 3 hour video done, and it gets like what, 15 views? Well, I'll be actually generous at what really amounts to it, like 50 views, and that's it. And I'm like, wow. Like I'm not trying to discredit you guys specifically, all my subscribers. I'm not trying to diss on you, because I know that you guys really love my work in what I do, and you do appreciate the amount of time it takes for me to do that. But it seems like a lot of other people um, don't share the same sentiment as you guys. Um, I don't know if that's maybe my mannerisms, based mostly the length of the video, whether my editing style is pretty garbage. I don't know, because a lot of people don't voice their problems with my channel, which again, I have been very open about criticism. It's just sometimes when people do criticize my shit, it's more in a very, you know, mean or bullying kind of esque, which, again, that shit I can fucking tolerate because it's like, yeah, these fucking clowns, you know, they're being stupid. Um, but I don't usually get a whole lot of criticism on my channel either. And if you guys are willing to criticize, then that's totally fine. I'm cool with criticism. I'll take the fucking flat at the big fat L, and you know, fix my work if you guys really want me to. Like, I am willing to change for all of my subscribers. I am. I seriously am. But that's not my point. My point is that, you know, because hey, I've been working. I've been struggling to get an internship for basically a year now. That I think finally is the time. I just said, fuck it. I'm going to try to get some cash out of this. And I know that sounds pretty fucking greedy of me saying this, but I think everyone and their mother could agree with how big my subscriber numbers are, which, by the way, that's fucking awesome. Thank you so much for that. 6,000 subs, 6,500 subs is insane. And I never thought I would get that far. So, again, I want to say thank you about that. But what I'm saying is, with my subscriber numbers and with how many views I'm getting off of these videos, I thought it was finally time that I just said, you know what? I'm getting on the YouTube partner team or partner program, which is basically how you make money on YouTube. Because I've had all the criteria for like, I don't know, like 2 years, something like that. But YouTube has denied that. So I did sign up for it, and like immediately, like a day after, YouTube was like, "Yeah, no, this little shit ain't gonna get get in the partner program." Due to mostly a lot of my content getting copyright flagged. But that's because, you know, I really don't give a shit about using certain things. I mean, I do care, but YouTube doesn't really give a fuck. As long as I have something like like a piece of music or footage of a show or movie, like, yeah, it's flagged. And I'm like, ah. You know, it fucking sucks when you get copyright claimed, but it's all good. I don't have any strikes on the channel as far as I'm aware, but a lot of my videos have been copyright claimed, which, you know, I can't fucking blame them. I can't blame them. I can't blame these people. So that's probably why I'm not in the YouTube partner program. So I'm still not going to make a damn dime out of YouTube, despite what a certain website says I'm making. $15 my fucking ass. $15 my ass. I haven't gotten shit for 7 years. Oh my god. But in all seriousness, I have been thinking about this for a very, very long time. And I've asked a lot of you subscribers of whether I should do this or not. And I know a lot of you have like gone against this idea because you're like, you know, man, you do what you do, and I don't think I'm willing to go that extra mile. Which, again, when I talk about this, I'm totally fine with, and I'll re elaborate on that. There you go, my English. Um, but needless to say, I do finally officially have a Patreon page. So at this point, I think in the video now, my very first post should be up there, and I do have a whole bunch of tiers and yada yada yada. And I'm gonna go very briefly on what you get on Patreon mostly. Um, but I do want to preference this, and I hugely preference this. Um, but I do want to say, look, for what you guys do, just watching my video, subscribing to the channel, and, you know, liking those videos, that's enough for me. That is just enough for me. I am more than happy with what you guys are already doing already. It's beautiful what you guys do. But this is more for the people that subscribe to me that do want to help me out even further, and be a very, very fucking generous to me, and donating a little bit of cash. Again, I know that sounds really fucking greedy out of me to talk about this, but I think for fucking 7 years on this channel, with what I've done and how many subscribers I've gotten, I think it's only fair. It's only fair. But again, I do want to reiterate that what you guys already do what you've been doing for the past 7 years, is enough. It is more than enough. I have no issues with that shit. But these are for the people that, have subscribed to this channel, that want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty of just watching my shit on a daily basis, right? So, for those of you who are going to sign up to Patreon, and I'm going to be very brief about this because, all the tiers are somewhat fucking different, but I'll give the general gist of what you get from my Patreon page. You do get exclusive, uncut, raw voiceover that I do for my Everything Wrong with videos. And that's about the only content that you're going to get there very exclusively, other than the people that are in the higher tiers that want my advice for Dungeons and Dragons specifically. Because I am willing to give out that advice normally, but it's for the people that really want to go in depth and have a full on video with that. And I go, all right, this is how you do this certain thing. If players are having conflicts like that, then you resolve it like this. So that's pretty much what those videos are going to be on the higher tiers. But for anybody who just signs up for Patreon, on my page for any tier level, the only other thing you guys are going to get for content is the uncut, raw versions of my narrations for the Everything Wrong with videos. I will do nothing else. Nothing else. Every other fucking video is going to be public on the channel at the same time. Nobody from Patreon is going to get, early day access to that kind of shit. Just so that everyone is on the same page, right? And besides, with the uncut, raw narration from me, it's it's not really much, but, it's something entertaining if you want something fucking goofy when I'm just narrating shit. And so that it's out of context. Oh my gosh. But yeah, those people are going to get those types of videos. When you join the Discord server, and you definitely have to let me know that, hey, you just signed up for my Patreon page. People that, sign up for the Patreon page are going to get their own little, fancy subsection of the Discord server where it's just like, oh, hey, I gave a little bit extra. I know. It's for the damn people that go, hey, look at me, I paid a little bit extra to this guy. And it's like, oh. That sounds terrible with me saying that, but that is about what privilege you get on Discord, is just to show off. But yeah, and with Patreon as well, the other really, really big thing that you're going to get on the Patreon page, and this is something that's not for the $1 thing, so not for the people that go the extra mile, but it's for the players tier. Starting from that point, and it only costs, and I'm only making like $5 for the entire set, because I'm hoping one day that I can fully publish this. But what I'm doing for $5 is I'm going to be sending those people digital copied versions of the official D&D Earth books. I will try to figure out publicly when I can like find a time to see if I can like, hey, make a website or find a website to sell the digital official copies of D&D Earth. Just so that you guys understand how the game works and how it's played. I mean, currently, right now, you can look up on the channel and see like the proto version of it. But I'm making a full-on version of it, and my goal with that is if people donate like just a few bucks to get the entire set, right? Um, though that money is going to contribute to getting actual hardcover copies of those books, because that's really my end goal, is to have official D&D Earth books. You know, a hard-covered book for all of you to use and to play in tournaments, which would be fucking phenomenal. That would be fucking insanely cool. But that would be the main goal of people that subscribe, like that, you know, pay for 5 and above. But yes, I will be. I'm currently working on all the books now. They're not publicly available now, so that's why I've said on the $5 up and up page, I'm like, yeah, they're not really complete yet. So I don't like. If you guys want to shove the $5, it's fine, but you won't get those copies at least yet. So I am being very open with that, and I'm gonna especially reiterate with this video is that those official books are not ready yet. By any stretch of the word, they're not ready. Because I want to cover every damn basis of D&D Earth. Just so that everyone's up to speed and that I have everything in line so that when you guys get these books, you'll understand what to do and all the different things that you can do in that world. Because it's fucking a lot. It is a lot for me to cover in my tiny little brain to put them on the books. So, yeah, so for those people that are going to give $5 and above, I'm just letting you know, I'm not trying to jip you by stating that, you know, these books aren't coming, because they are coming. But it is a very slow and painful process for me to write these books. So, but eventually I will give every single book out to you guys, so that you have so that you officially have digital copies of those books for you to play if you're very interested in playing D&D Earth. Outside of me watching the video, oh my god, Jesus Christ. Outside of me just, you know, playing it with my buddies on YouTube and, you know, watching the few lore videos that I post up. Just, again, if you really want to cover this yourself, that's what I'm working on. So, I'm not trying to jip anybody by doing that, but, again, these books are not up front quite yet. I'm still working on them. It's a work in progress. But yeah, I mean, really, that's about it for the Patreon page. I mean, you could check out what all the tiers officially have to them. But for those of you who are just scared about, like, oh, you know, that's a little bit much. Like, what it like? Say that you're a user, like you're a viewer of mine, right? If you're a fan of me, and you're like, well, I don't have a whole lot of money, but I still want to give out my requests to the channel. I still want to speak my mind about the channel. That is totally cool with me. Again, I know the Patreon people are going to get higher priorities, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm still not going to look at my other fans. You know, the fans that aren't willing to donate, right? I'm gonna still take your advice. I'm still gonna take your requests in, regardless of whether you gave cash to me or not. Like, nothing about this is going to change from what it currently is already. It's just, you know, just a little bit more motivation and a little extra cash in my pocket doesn't, you know, does go a long way, needless to say. And that's why I'm officially doing the Patreon page there. But yeah, guys, that's really official. I've fully fucking nailed a Patreon page. And so, If you want to donate, donate. If you don't, that's also cool. What you do already is fine enough. It's perfect enough. But then that kind of leads to the rest of the content. What I'm planning on doing for the future. Now, I did discuss in my latest Jurassic World Evolution 2 video the potential for Jurassic World Evolution 3 to come out. And let me just reiterate by stating this. Look, I hate the fact that they're probably going to be making a third game. I think a lot of us are expecting that to be, the end all be all. That it's going to come down to a third game. And I do not see the justification for a third Evolution game. I mean, 2 is already pretty cool as it is, and it's got most of the shit that it already needs. It's like, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. Like, outside of the few minor attractions and the last officially canon dinosaur that needs to be added into this game, I'm happy. I'm happy with the game that we have now. But if they do make a third Evolution game, know that I will be still doing videos on it. I will be covering that game. But I'm going to tell you all right now up front, I'm probably going to be very, very grumpy playing this. I mean, I was already grumpy enough with Evolution 2's launch and how very, very shitty and restrained that system was. I mean, it's a lot more cleaned up now, but with how it was at the very beginning, I am very hesitant to play Evolution 3 and have that same fucking very shitty game experience all over again. With basically all the features, all the really nice features that were from the second game being cut out so they could change it up for the third game. And it's like, no, I'm done. I'm pretty much done. But yeah, I will still be covering Evolution 3 when it does come out. So yeah, that's really about it. In terms of that. As for the everything wrong with videos. Now, yeah, I'm sorry about Battle of the Five Armies. Yeah, that's taken me a lot longer, and especially since I wanted to come down and see Mom for, what she's got. I couldn't, and with my work schedule being, backed up crazy because of the holiday season, I was not able to finish the Battle of the Five Armies video. I mean, I have everything in line, it's just, I need to make it look pretty, is what I have to say. Is literally, it's just the editing process of putting the text in there, making sure that my points are very, very clear and distinct, and my narration lines up with all the text. So, and to hopefully not get any copyright claims with using the Battle of Five Armies footage, because I know back in the day I've had really ugly issues with that. But needless to say, I will spoil the ending for it. It is a very, very high sin count. I mean, stupidly high. You really think, the Desolation of Smaug video was bad? Oh, this is way worse. Way worse. And I'm telling you, the Jeremy Eagles Ex Machina sin is just getting worse. So, if we, and again, I'm gonna spoil the ending here, in terms of the next video or movie that I'm gonna cover, and it's going to be viewer's choice. So if you still want me to continue doing the Lord of the Rings trilogy, then that Ex Machina is going to get really fucking ugly really damn quick every time Jeremy mentions, oh, why the hell did they not use the Eagles? And it's even J.R.R. Tolkien, mentioned, hey man, I like the Eagles too, but fuck you. and that's not my words, that was his words. He literally just said, well, because fuck you. But no, in all seriousness, if the protagonists of both trilogies use the Eagles there, then the characters don't learn from their journey, because that's the whole point of both these books, is the journey that all these characters go through. And so that was the main point. So it's like, why aren't the Eagles that useful? And it's like, that's because then there's no fucking story. Then there's no story. Then they just drop the ring and that's it, done. And then you have no character growth whatsoever. And especially with these two books, it's like, they're fucking phenomenal books. So if the Eagles were there and they just, flew the entire time, then those stories are just completely fucked, right? Because I know it makes a logical sense, like, hey, you have this thing, why don't you fucking use it all the time? But at the same time, it ruins these characters, and it's like, do you really want that? Do you really want these characters to not change since the very beginning? It's like, no, then that's not an interesting story. Um, so that's why the Eagles aren't used that often. But regardless to say, I did spoil it, but the next movie that we are going to cover is Viewer's Choice. Literally, any of you can suggest the next movie. If you want to continue with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, fine. I'll cover the Lord of the Rings trilogy. If you want to cover a completely different movie series in its entirety, or just a one-off movie, then that's cool with me too. I'm totally happy with that. But I will say, if I don't get very many, opinions or choices for requests for me to cover a video, then let's just say I will be covering. And I've been thinking about this one for quite a while. I do want to cover, if nobody says anything, I do want to cover Disney's Dinosaur. I think that would be the next video I would cover if nobody makes any suggestions. Just because I really want to see how bad Jeremy docked this fucking movie. Because I have not seen that video at all. Because I was like, oh god, I know he's gonna fucking destroy that thing. But yeah, I really want to see how that video goes and just see how fucking trash it is, just so I can trash on the narrator. But yeah, um, there is going to be one other thing that I'm going to mention briefly. Um, for those of you who want to cover anything that's from the MCU, I just want to say this, and I don't mean this out of any disrespect to anybody here. But if any of you pick an MCU movie, I'm probably not going to cover it. That's only because I don't know the source material either. I don't read Marvel or DC's comics, despite what you think of me. Despite some assumptions about me, that's the one thing you can assume about me. Is that, do you read the books? I'm like, no. These are the books and the comics themselves. I don't fucking read. I do not read those. So needless to say, if Jeremy makes something up and says like, well, how does this fucking shit work? I probably can't give an explanation either. And that would be just a very shitty video to just cover. I mean, I would love to go over the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. But even then, I don't know much about each of the Guardians. If he makes some stupid ass fucking quip about some bullshit, because I don't actually know anything. I mean, I could definitely look that up and research for sure, but it's going to take me a very, very long time, and I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be too interested in me doing an MCU movie that takes about a month to get done. So, so yeah, so that's really that. I mean, that was that was seriously like the two main things that I wanted to get out before I got my Battle of the Five Armies video done, because that's probably the next thing that's gonna get done. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I want to get this thing done first or what I've been working on for like the entirety of this year, um, which is the D&D Earth stuff. Now, as of me recording this, the day that I'm recording, it is going to be officially the very last session for season 2. So we've got the entirety. My party's gotten the entirety of 2015 done. Despite one player being completely ousted from out of the story, um, everyone made it through 2015, which is actually really damn cool. Um, so I'm very happy about that. And we are going to, well, I'm not going to start covering into season 3 until I find more players. But I won't talk about that again until it gets closer to that day, because I do want to then start releasing all the episodes, which, by the way, final count, 40 episodes. 40. You heard me damn right. 40 fucking episodes. Versus versus the 8 from season 1, it's now 40. Which, yeah. And just imagine how long these fucking things are. Some of them going to like 3.5 hours long. It's me and my group have done a lot of shit, and I am really, really damn excited to show all of you what the fuck happened in that. Especially since not a whole lot of people come in for the live sessions. I mean, I definitely do announce that on Discord, like on the night of. I do announce, especially when we're going into a movie series. Right? So I did talk about it when the entire party went through Age of Ultron. We had like 5 episodes to do that. And then more recently, we just got done with Jurassic World and by extension Camp Cretaceous, since it's part of the same damn thing, but you know what I mean. Um, so it's been a fucking lot. It has been one hell of a roller coaster, and I am really excited to just show you all what the fuck has been going on with D&D Earth. And it's in terms of what the party has been doing this entire time. So that's going to be really fun and really interesting. There might be some inconsistencies. Oh my gosh. There might be some inconsistencies throughout the story because, we've had. For this, it took us 2 years to get this one season completely done. So this has been a long project in the works. And so there might be some inconsistencies with the story. I will be trying to fix those post editing, and trying to discuss with everybody like, okay, this is what's happened. If there is something that's inconsistent here, then I will cover it. I will talk about it. Especially, there's going to be one part of this series, and again, I'm going to definitely spoil it here, but I will be covering all the animals that are in Prehistoric Park in that universe. Because I was struggling to think on the spot like what all the animals are that the Ark has held in Prehistoric Park, since that's where they move all their animals after that incident. But I really couldn't think on the spot, and so I'm definitely going to go in there and edit and go like, hey guys, this is actually all the animals there. Sorry for a little bit of the mix up, boys. But there you go. But yeah, first things first, when I do, oh god, excuse me. But when I do inevitably cover the D&D Earth stuff, I am going to first post the recap video, which I've been working on for like a whole year now, and it's still not done. Yes, I'm terrible with this. But it's through a lot of complications with the AI voices go being placed in there. So yeah, I do have those. Be mad at me with what you will about that, but I've already made my claims on AI generated shit, which I think it's pretty damn awful. And I know it doesn't replace any voice actors or anybody. It should not replace what you do. Um, but for those people that are really desperate and don't want to spend like gajillions of fucking dollars getting one specific person to voice like a few lines max, um, this was like the easier thing to do. So yeah, um, I'm gonna be covering the recap first, which is almost done. It's just I need a few more things done out of it, and that's about it. And then from there on, it's going to be covering the D&D Earth. So really, if any content is going to be coming out throughout this year, it's going to be either one of two things. It's going to be an everything wrong with video, um, or it's going to be a D&D Earth related video. And again, when we get to October and shit like that, it'll be fine. It'll be like normal with all the content that you guys are like really here for. But for the most part on this channel, I'm going to be sticking to the everything wrong with stuff and the D&D Earth stuff, because those are the two things that I feel like, are going to be very interesting to some of the people here on this channel. And let's be clear, there's not a whole lot more I could talk about Lost Tapes. I've exhausted everything. I have milked this thing dry. I'm sorry, guys. I love you, and I love when all of you are coming to that sort of community, because I love this fucking community. But there's nothing left. I mean, what else the fuck can I do other than talk to some of the people that were actually there on the set? That's really it. Other than that, I've got fuck all. I've got fuck all. So, I mean, that's really all I have to cover, at least for now. Maybe I can cover Mountain Monsters a lot more. Maybe I'll dive into, say, like other monster-related shows. Who fucking knows? That's really going to be based on what you guys want me to cover for Halloween and shit. But other than that, we're as far as the channel goes, we are approaching almost 7,500 subs, and that's what I'm hoping to get out of this coming year, is to get that much, so I can get that subscriber special out. I mean, it's not huge. It's not a huge goal, but I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this year. Which is fine. I don't expect a lot of things out of each of the years. But yeah, that's really the big changes that have happened throughout the entirety of this year, and what's going to be changed on the channel going forward. Again, I'm still going to be here. I will let you know about my mother in the next following months, making sure that she's okay and everything like that. If you guys are extra curious. If the situation does get worse, I will be probably making a post about it, first of all, and then I will be, after a week, I'll be covering an entire video dedicated to it. But as of right now, she's doing okay. Everyone's doing okay. Again, I do want to reiterate that I do really want to reiterate this, because I know a lot of people are going to be signing up to that Patreon page right now out of just guilt, and I'm going to be like, hey guys, listen. I don't mean to sound like a dick here, but for right now, for the Patreon page, the money is only going to go to me right now. Okay? If you're willing to donate for breast cancer or something like that to help make my mother feel better, then I'll send you guys a link to a breast cancer awareness thing. I'll see if it's eligible or not. like if it's a good place to donate or not. But needless to say, that Patreon money is going to go straight into my pocket. And if things do get worse, then yes, I will take stuff out of my own damn pocket and help my mother out with getting costs in. So inevitably, if she does get worse, then yes, I will be forking my money over to help her out. Actually, everything out of my account, I'll fork over to her. But as of right now, because she's doing okay, don't guilt trip yourselves into donating to the Patreon page just because you want to help out my mom. It's like it's not going to her, guys. I don't mean to sound like an asshole here, but it's not gonna go to her. I'm sorry. If things do get worse, then yes, that those donations will go to her. But as of right now, no, they're going straight to my pocket. So I just want to definitely reiterate that so that hopefully a lot of you just don't guilt trip yourselves into doing it, because I don't want to guilt trip people into signing up for Patreon. For Patreon, it's literally, if you want to give out $1 to me, then it's fine. That's fine. If again you're just here to watch my YouTube content and keep up to date with what's going on with me, then that's all good. Then we're good. You don't have to do anything else. But yeah, that's really about it for this year and going forward. Again, I'm still going to be around. And if any of y'all are, still worried about me and everything like that and leaving, I'm not leaving yet. I'm not done with this this website and with what I do. Not yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not giving up on you guys. So I really hope that the next year for all of us goes a lot better than the last, because I know I've been very quiet this year in terms of my content and stuff like that, and so hopefully I'm a little more vocal this year. Hopefully I can get a little bit more content out for you guys than just fucking nothing until the end of the year. But yeah, that's really all I want to talk about. So just want to say before closing out, Happy New Year to all of you fine folks that are still here. And I will see you guys all in the next year. Bye-bye!